Okay, guys, the DCEU is officially over, and I couldn't be more happier. And I'm going to keep this one short, guys, because I have no idea what else to say about this movie. I don't have many thoughts on it. I just thought some parts were very stupid and some parts were really cool. So let's get to the stupid first. And in case you were on Twitter in the last few months and this year, seeing those tweets saying that Aquaman 2 screenings were atrocious and terrible and the people at Warner Brothers walked out, yeah, I think that was just to make some buzz. This movie is nowhere near as terrible as they were saying. Calling this movie a disaster, garbage, train wreck is a giant exaggeration, but it's not that good either. And it's just here and it's harmless, and it's not that important either. You can watch this only if you want to, not since you don't have to. Now, the bad thing about this movie is that the dialogue. The dialogue is garbage. It's that bad. Only time when the dialogue is fine is when nothing's happening. He can just be at home sipping a beer with Django Fett. And that's fine. I don't need nothing to be too crazy. Just need to be nice and heartwarming for those scenes. And then when he's Aquaman, you just hear, "My man, yeah." Trust me, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about when you watch this movie. Even if you've seen it in theaters or if you catch it on Max, which most likely will happen very soon. So the adventure this time around is Black Manta returns, and he has the Dark Trident. He finds the lost kingdom of Necros, and he wants nothing more than to kill Aquaman and everything he holds dear. His family, his kid, his wife, everything. He wants to destroy him because Aquaman, beat up his dad in the last movie and left him for dead in a sinking submarine. And now, since Black Manta has the Black Trident, he's much more powerful to take on by himself. So Arthur finds Orm, Ocean Master, the big bad from the last movie, and brothers must come together to fight Black Manta and take down the Dark Trident so that the Dark Lord won't come back. Pretty straightforward. Black Manta returns. Arthur has to find his brother. He has to stop him. That's it. And Jason Momoa is honestly really still cool as Aquaman. And I'm glad he finally made Aquaman badass in the last movie and also in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Not that he was ever in another Justice League movie. But that piece of crap never happened. Also didn't expect it, but glad Patrick Wilson came back as Orm. He's honestly much better in this movie, but he's much better in the last movie, but he's still handled fine here. And his chemistry with Jason Momoa is pretty cool. It's nice to see brothers putting away their differences and just working together to take down a new evil. And yes, folks, Amber Heard is in fact in this movie as Mara still, but her role is greatly reduced and it's so obvious it's insane. I am not getting into all her hate because I do not want to talk about it. And also, she's kicked out of this movie and she's not in it for a good portion of it. Then she comes back at the end. Yeah, if you don't like her, then you won't see much of her in this. And Black Manta was better in the first movie because in this movie, he has his revenge quest, but it gets blocked because he's possessed by the Dark Trident and he's serving a Dark Lord, his purpose instead of his own. So his original intentions are put in the back seat for a little bit, and he's just possessed by another MacGuffin making a villain do bad things. Man, can we move past Thor: Love and Thunder, please? And that WandaVision stuff, I don't need to see a Necro Sword possess somebody. I don't want to see the Dark Hole possess somebody. I don't need to see the Dark Trident possess somebody. It's over. That soul shtick is getting so old. The positives with this movie is the music, the world building, and the fights. All three of those things are fantastic. I love seeing new spontaneous places in Atlantis, new species, new creatures, everything. And I love that. The music goes so hard and elevates the tension in the scenes. I love that too. And some of these characters have great themes. And also the fights. The fights are just magnificent. I'm so glad that Warner Bros. Lets their directors do whatever they want with the fights, because it gives it such personality and makes it more badass looking. Honestly, it's so great. And those are my positives in the whole movie. Those are the big three. And most of the time, when directors are free to do whatever they please with their movies, sometimes it's cool, but sometimes it's bad. In this case, it's been good for both movies. Both Aquaman movies, James Wan did his thing in both movies, and they're both fine. They're both good. I'm glad that he did a good job directing these two movies. But the first movie is definitely more superior to this movie, because this movie is just very, very mid. It's not important. It's not going nowhere. It doesn't matter. It's the last installment of the DCEU, and that's all it's gonna be. And now I am so over this hit or miss DC era franchise, and I'm ready to go forward. I am ready for the new DCU. Mr. James Gunn, I have such high hopes for you and faith in you. You've been giving us nothing but complete heat, and you do a good job with comic book movies, and I can't wait to see what you and Peter Safran cook in the next few years, starting with Superman Legacy. Don't fuck this up. Alright, it's over. The DCEU is over. Aquaman, James Wan, you get a D.